illusions and gratifications most take for granted. The touch of a hand, the smile of a lover, these are the things unknown to freedom with the long down corridors of power and private blood streets. We don't have to turn back 2,000 years of happiness for a philosophical ideal. Would you become the very serpent who tempted you with kingdoms and treasures and earthly delights? And were I you, a worthy custodian of my nation's welfare in this earth's I accepted such counterfeit comforts? No, sir. I accept a bitter crust of heaven so that the poor, the weak, the sinful limits may have bread upon this earth. And in your name, you, my good and knowing parents, rule with love and condescension. And if we are mistaken for the gods we purport to serve on behalf of the human race, then we shall suffer that mistake and endure the lies we live, the mass deception, which is for us our daily bread. A white lie on a massive scale, yes, but a white lie nonetheless. Why is the snow which makes the rivers run wide? Why does the flour bake golden into bread? Would you deprive all mankind someone to worship for a proposition which is never shown a return? Those who follow us in your name, those who obey with the blind faith of a child, they could never follow you. They could never be happy in the restless life of your freedom. They would toss and turn and seek forever that which they would never find. You must feed their craving hearts and put them to bed with a full stomach. This is the love of a parent whose womb may never form its intended fruit. It shrinks with concern for the children she bears in spirit. And like a parent, she shields them from the brambles of free thought and the rambling path of science, which would lead them to such places as to push the strongest to destroy themselves, the weaker one another, the weakest to crawl back to us better to be saved from themselves. But they won't lie awake alone. They shall not be proud, as I am not. They shall rejoice in weakness, as I do. They will lie huddled and timid, knowing that we know all, and that all decisions made in their best interest shall be ours. And they will thank us for sparing the eternal agony of their own minds. We shall provide the counsel. Each call of conscience, great or small, we shall answer. All secrets will be known because they will tell us all, knowing that we, and only we, can give them the answers they crave. Each question answered by a stinging loaf of bread. Would you snatch that loaf from the mouths of millions and let them eat freedom? No, you cannot, you shall not, you will not interfere with our work unless the millions, in the misery of their freedom, seek something, anything to worship. They will make a god of science, art, literature, or politics, with which to accuse all others of blasphemy. But that is our right, and ours alone, exercised in your name, the sword of Caesar. And with that sword, we reject you and banish your freedom forever. This does not preclude me from my own, however. Like anyone, I am free to reject or accept your gift, as I do now, in whole or in part. Because contrary to the slogans of our administration, freedom is free. We need not ask permission of anyone, nor pay in coin or blood. To be free, one has simply to be so.